Nobody's had a worse 48 hours in terms of PR than the supermarket chain Meijer. This all has to do with an employee who they had arrested in 2024 for stealing $110 worth of food over a 3-month period. He is reportedly mentally challenged, and instead of reprimanding him and telling him, hey, you can't do that, they conducted a 3-month-long investigation so they could arrest him with the police. This is Jason. In 2024, he was walking to work every day. He worked behind the deli counter at Meijer. At some point, his manager started to realize that he was stealing some food. He was having chicken and fruit cups. They then conducted a quote-unquote months-long investigation, which they reportedly may have found that he was taking food out of the trash and eating it, or food that was going to be discarded. They found out it was $110 worth of food that he quote-unquote stole, and then they had him arrested. This all went down in March 2024. About a year later, April in 2025, the body cam footage was released. In it, you can see the manager of the store, and then a woman who also works at the store who almost like couldn't look at him getting arrested, even though they were the ones that called the police. I mean, what a fraud. Anyways, Jason ended up getting handcuffed, walked out of the store. The cop was pretty cool to him. He was like, hey, we're not gonna make you post bond or anything. You're a first-time offender. Meijer is a huge supermarket chain, specifically in the Midwest, valued at $15 billion. They caught some attention for this back in April when the body cam footage was released. But thanks to a TikTok from Neil, the CEO, it has returned back to the limelight. And people on Twitter were talking about it with millions upon millions of views. This one had 3 million views last night. Another one had 5.6 million. Another one had 7 million. And this one right here is up to 13 million. The internet has come together and raised over $36,000 for James, and Meijer continues to get destroyed on social media. They haven't posted on Twitter since March 2025. As you can see, back in April when this original body cam footage went viral, this guy Aiden said, F your company. On IG, they're getting destroyed. All of their comments are about this. You guys are arresting people that work for you that are hungry. He's disabled, really, over some food. Who's your CEO, question mark. Closed down for good. Man, I see you're having a bad day, sucks. And the throw up emoji. And again, this was all over $110 worth of food taken over a 3-month period. I get that you have to not allow your employees to take your food without consequences, but calling the police, really, and having them escorted out, you can just fire them or just say, hey, don't do this again. If you do it again, we're going to fire you. And now you have tens of millions of dollars worth of bad PR. Bad, 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 Meijer. I will never shop there. Never. I mean, I never have, but I never will. If it's either eat food or go to Meijer, or go hungry or go to Meijer, I'm going to go hungry.
Hello.
Hey.
So we have James here.
Who's James?
Right here.
Right here? Okay.
He is he works in our deli department.
Okay.
And we found out that he's just been taking like orders of chicken and fruit cups and stuff like that off the floor
For 110?
Yep.
All right. James, you have anything on you need to be aware of?
Not
Don't
like
reach for it if you do. Don't reach for it if you do.
Okay, so I have a Sharpie and a box cutter in this pocket. All I have in this pocket is my phone and my earbuds, and then in my back pocket I have my wallet.
All right. Go ahead and stand up for me.
Okay.
All right, just go ahead and put your hand on the wall for me. I'm just going to take everything out. We'll get it with you. All this stuff yours? Like the box cutter, that's not Meijer property or anything?
That should be Meijer property.
Yeah, that is.
So then I can stay here with them.
Yeah.
All right.
And everything else.
Anything in your shoes or anything like that?
Nope.
Go ahead and put your hands behind your back. Okay. You can put your palms together and drop that. Put your palms together. Palms together. Palms together. There you go. Just make this easy on you, all right? Not too tight, right?
No.
Can you get your hands out? Let me double lock them so they don't tighten up on you. I'm going to state your rights right now. I'll still read them while we're on station. No, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an attorney, have him present with you. If you cannot afford one will be appointed for you. Do you understand these rights that they've been stated to you?
Yes.
All right. You have a car outside?
No, I do not.
No? Okay, how'd you get here?
I got here by walking.
Okay. Where do you live at?
I live.
Okay. So, what's going to happen is you're obviously under arrest for theft. Okay, you're going to have to go back, post a bond, and then we'll get you out of here. It'll take about a little or under an hour.
Okay.
Okay. I take this. So there's nothing. He didn't have any property on him today. This is just an active investigation.
No, because he earlier today before we called him back to the office, when he went on break, he took some chicken and ate it in the break room.
Okay.
So nothing that we need to recover or anything like that.
Okay. So just this stuff. Box cutter's going to stay here since this is my property. All right. We're going to walk out to my car. Thank you, sir.
Okay, all right, we'll bring the video down in just a little bit.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Follow me. No, there's no active property. This is an active investigation. So I'll just meet you back at station. This ever happened before?
No.
No?
So, yeah, I explained to them that that it started off slow. It happened a couple of times because like I forgot my wallet or something, and then I meant to pay it back, and then when I had my wallet like the following day or something, I either just forgot or like I didn't know who to talk to, and then
That just kind of spiraled?
yeah, a few months, like about a month or two ago, my managers called me in the back and complained that I took too long on my breaks.
Okay.
Then I tried to explain to them that a lot of that time was because I was waiting in line to pay for the food or I was trying to grab something, and they said that if it kept happening, they would write me up. Okay. So,
Do you have a license really quick?
I have a temp.
Is it in your wallet here?
Yes.
All right, could you go ahead and have a seat? I'll fill you in on everything that's going. I know you're saying a lot of stuff. I know I read you your rights. I don't want you to incriminate yourself, so I don't want you to keep talking about this.
Okay.
Okay. I already read you your rights. You can talk about it if you want, but I don't want you to. I mean, it's a minor theft.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll fill you in. We're gonna go back to station, and then we'll.
Okay.
Where's your ID at?
It should be behind that thing that says Hope and Be. It is expired though.
That's all right. As long as it's something that has your name and. All right.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go and fucking ruin everything they're doing. Fuck them. Teach them a lesson that I'm in charge, not them.
If you actually watch the full video of the body cam footage from the Meyer incident, you'll see that even the cop knows how screwed up this is. Like, the cop feels so bad for this kid. The whole time they're in the police car, the cop is just reassuring him. At one point, the kid is over-explaining himself, and the cop even tells him, like, hey, I don't want you to talk about it anymore so that you don't incriminate yourself, because this is petty theft. It's, like, not a big deal. So, like, just don't say anymore. He's even saying stuff like, normally you would have to pay, like, a bond, but we're gonna let you out with zero, and you'll be in and out in 30 minutes. We'll take you in, you'll get some fingerprints, you'll be in and out. No more than a half hour. I've never seen a police officer be that nice. At one point, he's even like, oh, you know, you'll go to court and they'll probably have you pay restitutions. Do you know what restitutions means? Like, he's just being so, like, nurturing. Which is awesome. I'm glad somebody was being nice to that kid because I know he must have been so scared. I would have been. I really hope he comes on here and does a story time. Like, come on, we all want to hear it. We all want to know. We're all on your side, dude.
I called Meyer Corporate to complain about their viral controversy, and this is what happened. If you don't know what happened at the Meyer store last year, it's coming out now, where they had an employee who may possibly have some level of personal challenges, who was picking food out that was going to be thrown away anyway because he was hungry. And they waited until he had stolen just enough fruit cups that were going to be thrown away anyway so that they could get him on $110 and charge him with a crime. And anybody who watches this recognizes just what an absolutely amoral thing this is for this management staff to actually do. So I call Myers because I think it's really, really important when something like this happens for people in the public to actually sound off back to these companies or government agencies or wherever it is. So immediately, my call is routed to a out-of-country call center to a woman who had challenges with the English language. And so she starts talking, and I start talking about this viral controversy. And at first she didn't quite know what I was talking about and then realized what I was talking about. And so then she grabs her script and she starts reading it. And it was difficult for her to read. A PR script that in essence says, yeah, this happened a year ago. There's a lot of things that have been left out of the viral video. You don't know what you're talking about, and we did the right thing. So just so you know, Meyer absolutely believes that what they did here was completely defensible. That's the way that you treat people, that's the way you should treat your employee, and that they are just completely in the right here. And so I would encourage you to, why don't you give them a call? Why don't you make a video as well about Meyer? I will never shop at a Meyer, because when you watch this video, and you have ever known or loved a person who has their own challenges, you recognize just how dark this was to do to this young man. And you have a sense of real moral outrage when you see it. And so, Meyer Corporate, fuck you. And the way that you went about this and the way that you are still trying to absolve yourself as if you did the right thing here all the way through. Look, you don't understand your own controversy. This is why people are angry. It's because people are struggling. This guy's making minimum wage, and he was taking food that was going to be thrown out anyway. And if that's where you're at as a corporation, I hope you go down.
Myers. Shame on y'all. Y'all ain't got no empathy, no class, no business ethics. Y'all are not trained to deal with people with special needs. Y'all just low and as low as you can go. How dare y'all charge that man James? And food that y'all was about to throw away, and then y'all gonna do that to him? Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. What y'all need is training classes on how to deal with people with special needs. That's what y'all need to do, Myers. Y'all need to get yourselves together. What's the purpose of y'all having an HR department if y'all don't know how to deal with people with special needs? Shame on y'all. And James, I wish you all the best, my friend. Look at these videos.
Hello.
Hey.
So we have James here.
Who's James?
Right here.
Right here? Okay.
He is he works in our deli department.
Okay.
And we found out that he's just been taking like orders of chicken and fruit cups and stuff like that off the store.
So, everybody, this is my final update. I just spoke with James about 10 minutes ago, and he sent me the required information to accept his funds. I just sent the email out to the GoFundMe Trust and Safety team. So they will reach out to him once they're able to verify his identity and his bank information. They will unsuspend the GoFundMe, and he will be the only person with control over the funds. And once that's verified, it will unsuspend the account, and I can go in there and I can end the donations. I sent a message here to him, letting him know that I'll still be the organizer, but I won't have access to any of the funds. And when it's unsuspended, I'll end the donations.
Sorry, I can't agree with you. I actually worked at Meijer for a year, as well as running convenience store chains for 10 years. And internal theft, it's one of the biggest losses that we suffer in retail. First of all, who's we? You are an employee and you have aligned your interests with these big corporations. That's your first mistake. Second, my dad owned restaurants and inventory walked out all the fucking time. And do you know what he said to me? If you're not accounting for inventory, growing legs, and walking out of the store, you're doing it wrong. So Dennis, doing it wrong. And my dad fed his employees. Every single person was allowed as many meals that they were there for per day. And yet still inventory was walking out. He knew it. My dad knew. But he said a good employee is worth more than the couple bucks that they are walking out with. An employee can still be good and still want to fucking eat. It is short-sighted of these companies to throw people away like they're disposable. People like my dad saw employees as a bigger fucking picture. You ate chicken, you had a fruit cup, you took a Snickers from the convenience store, you're going to jail. You're getting a mugshot. You're getting a criminal fucking history now. Because fuck you, our corporate interests matter more. Small companies like my dad's have heart, humanity. Don't ever align yourself with these big corporations that have trained you to see human beings as fucking nothing. Meijer is bragging on X that they donated $2 million to food banks to fight food insecurity while arresting an employee for a fruit cup. They brag when they want good publicity. It's disgusting, it's hypocritical. Here's the thing. They want the good publicity, and they also simultaneously don't actually want to help anybody. Because what happens, this is like some like weird ancestral thing, right? It's all like money exchanging hands in the same fucking spheres, because that money is going to go to some corporation, some entity that holds itself out as being some kind of nonprofit or whatever, but these nonprofits still get to profit. The nonprofits still get to pay the CEOs a ton of money. These are the same kinds of places that'll hold a fundraiser that costs them $100,000 to put on and collect $100,000. It all ended up being a fucking game of moving money for everybody involved. The people who donated got the write-off. They got the write-off for the expense of putting on the party. Then they took that money in, and 90% of it is going to go to internal fucking things like paychecks. That's what this scheme is. If they actually cared about food insecurity, they would feed their employees. They are literally a food store. The back room should be a fucking smorgasbord. They want the tax write-off, which by the way, I guarantee that money came from, would you like to donate $5 to whatever the fuck at checkout? The money's not even coming out of their own fucking pockets. It's money that they're collecting at the checkout. You don't get to write that off, but they do. It's a scheme. It's all a fucking scheme. Listen to me. Go to the Meijer TikTok page and look at how they're getting ratioed. 166 likes to 2,378 comments. And then go look at the comments. And you're going to see that people care more about each other than they would lead us to believe. The loud minority and the lawmakers have convinced us that this is how people want society run. We want law and order, whatever the fuck that means. That kid just can't steal from a corporation. And the news makes the grocery store the fucking victim in the scenario. But leave it to the people voicing their own opinions independently, and you'll see that everyone is on the side of the kid that got arrested. Everyone happens to know what's right and what's wrong in this scenario, except for these fucks. These two fucks and this fuck. So happy to see a poor kid arrested, and she wanted to make sure that that box cutter that's Meijer's property stayed on property. They're the only ones though, because the comment section was like, no. Waiting for them to disable their comments. We ain't letting this slide. Here for the downfall of Meijer. Meijer should be ashamed. Disgusting company. Comments did not just disappoint. F this place. Ayo, social media manager of Meijer's. I know you're reading this. Tell your boss that your company is cooked. Used to be a weekly Meijer shopper. Not anymore. You can keep your fruit cups and chicken. Never stepping foot in another Meijer after I saw that video. Getting someone arrested for $100 of food is actually crazy terrible company. What a terrible company arresting an employee for eating. The comments have restored my faith in humanity. No one's coming back. Big mistake. Huge. $10 is quite a small loss in comparison to your losses for now. It's the best feeling ever, a state with no Meijer. I'm from the United Kingdom. You got someone arrested for eating food. We don't even go that far in this country. They just get sacked. Tut. You get the idea. It's all the same. Oh, the manager's name was Steven. Oh, sorry, no. Store manager is named Justin Walker, and this was the Seven Hills Meijer in Ohio. Apparently, they won't answer the phone. My family spends $450 a week at your store. That is no longer the case. This company is a joke. I just took it upon myself to add up all of my Meijer's perks receipts just for 2025 so far. We're in March. And I've spent $3,287 at Meijer. Looks like you're losing a lot more than $110 over chicken and fruit. Do better. Short-sighted. There's more. There's tons more. Meijer getting ratioed on all their recent TikToks is chef's kiss. That's my point. That's why they don't want this app. I don't know what's going to happen when this extension ends, but this is why. We realize that we're all a lot more like-minded and a lot more empathetic than our overlords would like for us to believe. And the more we connect and the more we get to form our own opinions before the news shoves down their narrative down our throats, the more they are in danger. They are They are in grave danger. Sorry, there was too much emotion in that delivery, my bad. Anyway, I love this. I love this. And if you want a pick-me-up, a little Sunday night pick-me-up, go to their page and read the comments.
Imagine being a grown adult with stable income and using that power to count up every penny over 6 months of expired fruit cups a disabled child ate because they were facing food insecurity because the job they have working at your store doesn't pay them enough to live, and tracking every penny of those expired fruit cups until it hit over $110 so that you could call the police and file very specific criminal charges against a disabled kid who works for you who's just hungry. Wow, God bless America. What a wonderful place we live in, where we've used all of our access to opportunity to really truly punish and degrade our fellow neighbors. Shame on you, Myers. And for you to have people answering your corporate line right now who are laughing in our faces over the customer service phone line when we're asking about this incident that happened at one of your stores doesn't really look like a good corporate look for you right now.
My husband and I are at Meijer right now, and I just thought y'all would love to see how they're price gouging the fuck in an already horrible economy. So as you can see, this slab of ribs is being told that we're getting a huge special savings because it's 10% off, $19.62, right?
For 7.29 pounds.
7.29 pounds. All right, put it on the scale, babe. How many pounds did that say? 3.5. These people are so full, it's ridiculous. So if you're out here shopping, make sure that you are checking and weighing all of your meat because these stores are charging astronomical prices. They're